It's Christmas time, Christmas time, Christmas time at Steve's house. It's Christmas time, Christmas time, Christmas time. Baking with Steve. Making gingerbread. Yeah.
Hey, working on my song. It's going to be called the Dance at the Gingerbread. Because I love gingerbread. It conjures up all the imagery of Christmas to me. It's better than shortbread. Fuck the sugar cookies. It's gingerbread that is king of all the Christmas cookies. And you know, the song's going to be kind of fun. And I'm thinking, okay, dance at the gingerbread. Why are they dancing? When I was younger, I used to always like the thought of gingerbread coming alive at night, coming off the tree, if you hung them on your tree, and dancing around with the sugar plum fairies, and maybe doing some other shit with those fairies too. But yeah, so I'm thinking, why are they dancing? I said, well, instead of the birth of the new King Jesus, why not the birth of the new King Gingerbread of Gingerland? So they bake him up, make a new king. The Ginger Queen sadly died, so they're passing on the crown, and I'm going to throw a little waltz in there in the song, and that'll be when he has the first dance with the snow fairy or sugar plum fairy, whatever the hell he's going to be doing. And then a little fun, folky kind of jig thing when they all join in and dance and laugh and celebrate and for the coronation of the king. So it's kind of a fun song, like nice concept. And so to get more in the mood, I think I'm going to whip myself up some gingerbread up in the kitchen. So come along. That's going to be great. I'm going to make a gingerbread castle / house. And seems suitable. So let's go. Okay, alright, all set to go. Got my white baking shirt on in case I spill flour all over myself. How fitting when it's snowing outside too. What a great day for baking inside, right? So, I think I got everything I need right here. Let's see. Molasses, brown sugar, some lard or butter, 2 eggs, cloves, salt, ginger, flour, what do we got there? Cinnamon, allspice, cloves. Yep, all set to go. Gonna get myself a big bowl to mix it all in. Alright, all set. Gotta put my magic baking hat on. Can't bake without a top hat on. Not gingerbread, that's for sure. So, I'm gonna grab a big bowl, and in the meantime, I'm gonna post up a photo with the ingredients for you, so you can write it down. Yeah, so like I said, you mix up all your dry ingredients. Your flour, all your spices, the baking powder, salt, whatnot. Mix it all up. Alright, looks pretty good. All mixed up. Now, you grab yourself another bowl, and you're going to mix up your sugar, your butter, or shortening in this case, your eggs, molasses, a little bit of water. By the way, I forgot to mention that too. A little teaspoon of water. I don't know why. But yeah, it's going to go on this bowl. Ooh. Alright, I got everything in there. Now to add the molasses. So good. Yummy. I'm going to blend it up with a fork at first and then with a mixer. Alright, I'm going to use 2 forks and break apart that lard or butter or whatever you're using. Make sure it's room temperature before you mix it. And then slowly whisk it all together. I might just do this with a fork. I don't need a blender. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll use the blender. Be a little easier, more consistent, right? So get that off of there and use this little old-fashioned blender. It's kind of cool. Let's go. Oh yeah. Pretty thick. Like tar. That molasses, right? But you kind of have to use a blender, apparently. Really get that mixed up properly. Alright, now I'm combining slowly the flour, or dry mixture, into the molasses mixture. And just keep adding as you go. Okay, that's enough that I can stir with a spoon now. Now it's time to get dirty and start kneading it like bread. It is called gingerbread. Yeah, so time to get dirty. Mix it all in. Just as if you're making a loaf of bread. It's very similar. And if it's still sticky or tacky, you just add flour until it's no longer sticking to your hands. There. Amazingly, I had the right amount of ingredients so it wouldn't be sticky balls. I didn't have to add flour. It was perfection. So, look. After kneading the dough, I formed 3 balls of dough. You probably end up with 2. I need 3 because I added some more flour. In the recipe it says 6. I added 8. So here we go. Got a ball of gingerbread dough. Oh, the smell of Christmas. Amazing. So you're going to put it down on a piece of parchment paper. And you're going to be rolling that out in a disc shape. Yeah, so there's the ball of dough. Add another piece of parchment paper on top. And roll out a disc shape. Slowly working out from the center to the ends. Maybe you start off with pressing with your hand first to get it started. Then roll from the center to the edge. Keep going around doing that until you get a nice disc shape. And then we're going to wrap that up in saran wrap and put it in the fridge overnight. Yeah, this is a nice, it's like, I don't know, ½ inch thick. Gently remove it from the parchment paper. Place on the cling wrap, saran wrap, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to wrap that up like so. Get another piece, stick it in the fridge, and I'll do the same with all the others. Mamma mia, making a pizzeria. I'm not making a pizza, I'm making gingerbread, but it feels like I'm making a pizza with this dough. See, it's kind of like a gingerbread pizza. Yes. So, into the fridge this will go, chill overnight, and we'll see you tomorrow when we roll this out and cut out our castle. Alright, day 2 of making the gingerbread house / castle kind of thing. The gingerbread dough should be chilled enough in the fridge, I would think, being in overnight, right? So I drew up a rough idea of what I want this thing to look like. It's going to be like a house / a castle, because I'm writing a song about a gingerbread guy being baked. He's going to be the new king of Gingerland, so that's why I'm making this stupid thing. So not too sure if you can see this on the camera, but there's my idea. See, a house with some castle thingies in the front of it, and I drew up how many pieces I would need, like that, and I hope to God I got enough dough to make this thing. Well, now I got my blueprint for what I need to do. I have to actually draw up the actual pieces on some blank paper or stiff cardboard type stuff, and so that can be the template for what I'm going to cut out of the gingerbread. So, don't want to make it too big and I'll run out of gingerbread, so I got to make sure it's not too small, not too big. Didn't a girl say that once? Might have gone. Anyways, I'm going to do this right now. Get yourself some paper, a ruler, and a pen, and I'll draw it up. And there, all the pieces cut out. We got the roof, the wall, two ends and castle bits. Just trace it out over top of the gingerbread once I roll it out. Alright, I got my disc of gingerbread that was chilling in the fridge. Now I'm going to roll her out. I got some saran wrap on top so it doesn't stick to the rolling pin. You could also sprinkle flour on top of the gingerbread as well, but this is a little easier. So you work from the center out to the edge. Keep rotating like so. I got it on top of a parchment paper so it doesn't stick to the table. And you want to make it about 1/4 of an inch thick. Well, so far so good. Hopefully there's going to be enough gingerbread to make the house and the castle bits that I'm planning on doing. But we'll find out, right? Let's see what happens. That should be about it. 1/4 of an inch thick. Alright, so now I'm going to cut out my pieces. So I'll start off with this part of the house here and cut out a wall there. So I can basically get a wall in the front of the house with this rolled out piece of dough. Now you just take a pizza cutter or a knife and just go along your template that you made out of paper. Just like so. Make sure you cut all the way through. Now on this front part of the house, I'm going to cut out a door. And don't throw away the part you cut out because that's going to be your door later. I'm going to give it a rounded top, like so. Now just peel away all the parts that are not part of what you want the house to be. And ta-da! There you go. You save this scrap dough to make other parts of the house. Or hopefully a gingerbread man if there's some left over. Alright, so far I got the front and the back of the house, 2 walls, a door, and part of the roof. That little notch in the roof there is to allow for the castle bits that I plan on adding in the front. And what do I have here? Enough room for possibly the king himself. Preheat the oven to 350 and let's get started. Okay, let's press him out. The king will be born soon. And I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do a crown. Either decorate it or cut another piece out that looks like a crown. Well, there's the king and his crown right beside him. And this is ready to go in the oven. Alright, the first batch is done, got them out cooling, and this is the second batch. I got the remaining part of the roof, all the parts of the castle, and I had some left over to make some hearts and trees and another man, and I still got a whole another disc in the fridge. I made less. It's great to have lots because I want to make a whole shitload of cookies too. So let's get these guys in. Well, Mr. Gingerbread Man, you're going to have a new king. He's baking in the oven. And man, you're going to have a new ruler around and you guys can dance later on. When we go to sleep, you can jump off the tree and cause all kinds of shit. I'll put you back on the tree. There you go. The ginger people in the tree are going to have a new king pretty soon and a castle. They're all freshly baked, cooling on the rack, and looks great. Oh man, if you could smell my house right now, amazing. The cloves, the ginger, the molasses. It smells like Christmas in here. But you know what? These cookies aren't just for Christmas. Valentine's Day is just around the corner. And you know, gingerbread and Valentine's Day, it tastes like love, man. I tell you that. What's that? I don't know what that means. I'll put it there. There's an X for kiss, whatever. Anyways, you can make these for Valentine's Day as well. Surprise your loved one with homemade gingerbread cookies. You'll sure to get fucked if you do that. Anyways, oh, did I say that? Or something. And if you don't, you didn't do a good job in the gingerbread, or your mate needs to be kicked to the curb because their taste buds are shitty. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow when we assemble the house. We're going to let them cool overnight, then it gets really hard, and then I'll show you how to whip up the royal icing, which is needed to glue the house together and decorate. Okay, I think the gingerbread's all cooled down. It was overnight, and while they were cooling down, I made a nice cool, as you just saw, gingerbread man outside, made of snow and ice, because it's dropping, the temperature's dropping. He's going to turn to ice, it's going to be great. But yeah, time to whip up the royal icing for this gingerbread castle and for decorating the men and whatnot. So what you need is icing sugar. 2 2/3 cups of icing sugar, so they claim. Egg whites, you could do it the old-fashioned way, cut the egg open and do one of these things till the yolk passes into each shell, and you drip all the egg white into a bowl. But fuck that shit, I'm too lazy. I bought this carton of egg whites. You can buy that, and it's actually better because they pasteurize it, so there's no bacteria in there, so it's probably a safer choice. Then you add cream of tartar to stabilize the egg. And I might add a bit of vanilla for flavoring, but I might fuck up the white coloring, so I might not. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, get my icing sugar in there. Now, according to what I looked up on the internet, 2 large eggs is equivalent to 1/4 cup and 2 large tablespoons of the liquid egg white. So we're going to add that in here now. I'm just going to eyeball the 2 tablespoon part. Something like that. If it doesn't work, who cares? Alright, so as far as cream of tartar goes, you want to put in 1/2 teaspoon. Lucky I looked it up because I was going to put a teaspoon in there. There. Now get your blender and we're going to beat up the icing now.
Do you want to help me beat my icing?
Why are you looking at me like that? You got dirty thoughts? I'm just beating up the icing here. Settle down. Jesus. Okay, now you want to check to see if it peaks when you pull the beaters out. The beaters. And it should make peaks, and it's not really doing that, so I'm going to have to add some more icing sugar. No big deal. Alright, seems to be thick enough now. Now you want to get your piping bag, is what it's called. You put the icing into this bag, and you squeeze it out. You don't want to squeeze too soon or you prematurely ejaculate all over the house. Not a good idea. You want it nice and slow and easy, you know, slow and easy. So when I was buying this at the store, everything that we were talking about sounded sexual, and we started bursting out laughing. It's hilarious. Anyways, I'm going to get a piece of cardboard like this. This is going to be the base of the house. I'm going to assemble the house on this ugly ass piece of cardboard because there's nothing else. I got the icing in the bag here, and you just twist the end like so. I spooned it into the bag. You can buy these anywhere. It's like a disposable icing bag, and you just squeeze slowly, gently, until it gets to the tip. Now I'm going to start off with the front of the house and glue it to a wall I made. That's the first step. So, gonna add some icing just along where that wall is gonna join the front of the house. Just like that. And you also want to put some icing on the cardboard where it's gonna be resting. I think I'll just put it on the bottom of the actual front of the house. Like that. Alright, got icing on the bottom of the wall and the front of the house. Gonna stick the wall on the cardboard. Then the front of the house. Angle it in like that. And have it butt up against the side of the house, like so. And it's amazing how well it sticks very quickly using this royal icing. It's pretty phenomenal. Make sure it's square. Looks pretty good. It's phenomenal how it really holds in place. So this back of the house will fit on very nicely like that. All right, putting the back side of the house on. Touch the bottom to the cardboard first, and then press the house together like so. Now we're gonna, look at that. Looking great already. I'm gonna let this sit and dry for a bit before I add the roof. Okay, while the house is drying, the edges, I'm gonna put together the castle part of the house. These little pieces that I made. And they're all gonna join together as a little castle front, and I'm gonna put it on the front of the house. So now I gotta put these guys together without them falling apart. And there. Got the first part of the castle facade done. Now it's to do the other side. Now I get the second part of the castle on. Now I'm gonna add the castle door. Just like that. So cool. Let all this dry and then we'll add the roof. Okay, while the walls are drying, I got a little impatient and I wanted to embellish them. I use these pretzels for windows, some candies around to look like log piles or whatever, some jelly hearts on the castle front, a little door handle on the door, frosted pretzel for a Christmas wreath. Here's the other side of the house. Looking great. It's gonna be so fun to put the roof on after this. All right, so hopefully this icing is hardened up enough. It's not perfect, but you know, should be good enough to put on the roof. And you'll notice that I cut out a little piece on the roof there, just a little notch, just to, because this part's gonna overhang the front, and this is gonna make room for the castle bit. So this is gonna go on this side. So I gotta add my icing glue and attach it on. There, I put icing all along the top, and now I'm gonna attach the roof. And hopefully not destroy the house in the process. Right. Add a bead of icing along the top there. Okay, the roof is on, hasn't slid off yet. So I'm gonna add some shingles, and I'm gonna use Caramel Toast Crunch. This is gonna be great. You can also use Shreddies, but this is gonna be better. As you can see, you start from the bottom of the roof and work your way up, and you'll have a shingled roof eventually. It's gonna be amazing. Dust it with icing sugar to look like it snowed on top. Okay, got the king all made, all ready for the castle. And here's the roof with the cinnamon toast shingles. Pretty cool. Made a little chimney out of it as well. So now I'm doing the icing, and I'll show you how to do that, the icicles. Now you just get the tip of the icing piper thing, squeeze some icing out, and pull down as you squeeze, and then you'll get yourself an icicle. Keep squeezing as you pull down. It's not quite working for me. I think my tip is too small. That's what she said. Anyways, look at that. Icicles. I guess there's a very good insulation in this castle, if it's losing that much heat, but it looks great. Ta-da! All right, the castle's looking fantastic. Now I just need to dust some snow on the top of it with some icing sugar. So ideally you want to put this in a icing sifter kind of thingy, but I'm just going to do it with my hand. I'm just going to sprinkle it on like so. Let it snow. And just that little touch of magic makes the roof look fantastic just by doing that. Check out this castle slash house. I got some Christmas trees there decorated. Check out the windows, the decoration. I got the king here. This is going to be his new house. That's the best I could do with him. I didn't have any other options. And this is a miniature king, a mini-me version of the king. Not a he looks kind of crazy there, but that's going to be him. Some hearts on the front of the castle. Icicles. Windows, some chopped logs against the castle. Looks great. Here's the back of the house. Castle thing. Looks great. Little chimney. Some supposed to be smoke coming out of the chimney. It's just some marshmallow pieces. Looks pretty pathetic. But whatever, there it is. Pretty awesome, eh? Amazing. All hail the king, the Ginger King. Yes, hail him, as he says.
Well, Mr. King, I just finished your castle. Your new home is ready for you to move into, so hope you like it. And if you don't, please don't behead me.
Oh, I'm so excited. There you have it. This is how you make your own gingerbread house or castle, or you can make a train, apartment building, whatever you want. Use your imagination. Fantastic. And the cinnamon crunch cereal was amazing to use as the shingles on the roof. Really good. When you dust it with some icing sugar, makes it come alive. It's fantastic. Amaze your friends, amaze yourself. And it's going to be great to eat this thing. And now I'm really inspired to continue recording my song called Dance of the Gingerbread. Happy Gingerbread.